Hello, everyone. Welcome to Elements of Organization. I am Jeannie Wilson. I am so excited to be working with you this 8 weeks on our Elements of Organization course. Once you get into the course, you'll see we have many different topics we're going to cover. We're going to cover such wonderful things as what is the difference between management and leadership? There is a distinct difference. We're going to talk about ethics. We're going to talk about customer service and social responsibility. We're going to talk about some economics. Don't let that freak you out. It's going to be fine. And some accounting and some budgeting. Throughout the 8-week course, you're going to start building a business plan. And later in the week, I'll give you a little bit more about the business plan, but let me just give you a preview of coming attractions. You are going to be building your business plan in Unit 2, Unit 4, Unit 6, and the final plan in Unit 8. You're going to bring it all together in a final paper in Unit 8. So you're going to do it step by step, piece by piece, bringing it together. I want you to start thinking now about what type of business you want to start. My one piece of advice to you on this at this point is keep it manageable. Don't try to start something huge like an automobile factory or something really big that will require licensing like a hospital or something that's really complex. Keep it simple. Keep it to something that you could operate with a limited number of resources, because a lot of us don't have resources. We don't have high finances. We don't have access to capital. So keep it into something that you would be able to manage and work through the 8-week period. A little bit about myself before I go on with some of the keys to success for the course. I am from New Orleans. I do not have the distinct New Orleans accent. I've worked hard not to have it, but there's still a twinge of it in there, and I can pull it out when I need to. I love to travel. I've been to Europe several times. I most recently went in November to Italy. It's a wonderful, wonderful trip. I like to read. I like to cross-stitch. And now I am into coloring. And I'm going to say something about coloring, adult coloring. If you're stressed and you find that you have writer's block when you're trying to work on your assignments, get you some crayons, get a coloring book, and color for 15 minutes, and it will help you relax and think more clearly about what you're trying to do. You know, go back to those roots when you were a child. Remember how wonderful it was to hold crayons in your hand. And don't worry if you're a good artist or not. Just do it. That's my piece of advice to you. You can see in the background, over my shoulder, yes, I do still have my Christmas tree up. I decided that it brought me joy. So when it was time to take it down, and for me it would have been King's Day, January 6th, I looked at it and I said, you know what? There are angel wings on that tree that represent my parents. And the ornaments bring me joy. So that tree is staying where it is, not in a way. So that's a little quirky thing about me. I have been teaching for many, many years. I actually started teaching when I was 17 at a private Christian school. Oh, that was an experience. Then I went into industry. And most recently, I have worked for 22 years as the director of training at a local community hospital. I left at the end of January to decide to pursue teaching at the college level full time. In between there, while I was at the hospital, I taught for University of Phoenix for 14 years. I was a lead faculty member, and I taught students anywhere from first coming into orientation to their final capstone MBA. So I had a range of students in between. So I have lots of experience, and I also earned my doctorate online. So I understand where you're coming from. So I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm going to give you some keys to success. And I'm going to post this little PowerPoint that I have it's probably backwards when I held it up. I'm going to post it in the announcement with this video. First thing is read the syllabus thoroughly. Make sure you understand the assignments, the due dates, the requirements, what they're looking for in them. Actively participate. Do your discussion forum questions on time. On time is Wednesday, 11:59 Eastern Time. I'm on Central Time. I'm going to be working on Eastern Time for this course. Read each discussion question carefully and make sure you respond to what the question is asking. I find sometimes people go off on tangents. Like when I talk, I go off on a tangent. Make sure you stay focused on the question. Your initial response should be 2 complete paragraphs. What is a paragraph? 5 to 7 sentences. Cite the resources that we're giving you in your responses. Tie the course content into your response. That's one of the main pieces of feedback I tend to give students is, first, your response wasn't substantive enough, and second, you didn't tie in course materials. Ask questions. I think I'm pretty approachable. I try to be nice. I try to be friendly. I even shared my fresh fruit with the hotel clerk the other night when she looked at my strawberries on the desk and said, oh, that looks so good. So I try to be nice. I review your feedback. I will give you feedback every week. I will tell you where you're on track or off track, especially on your papers. I'm going to be looking for grammar, writing mechanics, and content. I tend to spend a lot of time on content because I think that's important. Writing mechanics, download Grammarly. I'll talk about that later in the week too. Set a schedule. And if you hear that heathen barking, that's my dog. They're a little wild. Get a calendar. Set a schedule. Write in the calendar. When I was an online student, I know mine's backwards here, holding it up to you. When I was an online student, I would write and I'd say, discussion question due, discussion question due, this assignment due. I had it all written out. So I knew that if something happened in week or unit 2 that was going to affect me up in here, I could see what was coming up in the future and know I would stay on track. So get you a calendar. You can see where I even wrote it. I know it's backwards again. I wrote week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, so I could keep track of where we are for myself because I tend to lose track of time. Those are 6 keys to success. I will post this. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. And I'd love to learn more about you guys. So please post in the welcome introductions forum. Let me know about you. You can read my Meet Your Instructor little bio there. And yes, I do now have 4 dogs. Me and the 4 dogs. My niece calls me the crazy dog lady. And I love my babies. So we're going to have a great time. We're going to have fun. I have a wonderful sense of humor. So I might throw a few jokes in there every now and then. And maybe during the course, I will introduce you to each of the dogs. Jazzy, Coco, Foxy, Wally. So you can see them. You guys take care. Have a wonderful rest of the weekend if you watch the video before the end of the weekend. And let's look forward to a wonderful 8 weeks. Bye-bye.